What's going on, everybody? Hope y'all doing all right. Today, we got some pretty spicy announcements from the boss himself, Dana White. He announced a couple big ass banger fights. I ain't gonna lie, shit. All right, so let's break down each one by one. All right, so he announced the long-awaited Jack Della Madallena versus Islam Makhachev. See, if y'all didn't know, Islam vacated his lightweight belt to go up to 170. And here's the thing. This fight right here, I really feel like it's a 50-50 because considering the size of JDM, like you just don't know how things are going to translate up a weight class. You don't know if Islam's strength's going to translate. Like JDM's very tall. He's a very elite striker. So I think Islam's gonna have to take it to the ground in order to find any type of success, honestly. But it's honestly, like, I'm very much looking forward to this fight. It's gonna be a huge fight. Like, it's really about time since we got this announcement. It's like we've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and here we go. Officially happening November 15th at Madison Square Garden. I'm gonna try to get there myself. We'll see about that. But yeah, I got my money on JDM on this one. I ain't gonna lie, because I don't think Islam is big enough for 170 in order to like do what he wants to do, if that makes any sense. All right, next one. Now, this one caught me by surprise a little bit. I saw Twitter accounts reporting about this fight, but I was like, nah, that can't be true. Cause I don't know. I kind of felt like Zhang Weili, she kind of seems very small. I mean, well, these female fighters are small in general. I don't really know their heights, but she's vacating her strawweight belt and moving up a weight class to fight for the flyweight belt, fighting Valentina Shevchenko, which is interesting to me, but I'm not mad at it. Initially, I was like, that don't make sense, because, you know, Zhang Weili still has people that she hasn't fought in the fucking strawweight weight class. But regardless, she's a two-time champ. She doesn't really have much else to prove in that weight class. If we think about this logically, my bad. In reality, it does make sense for her to move up this weight class. One thing I always think about when fighters move up weight classes, will their skills and power translate up that weight class? But honestly though, like, they're both very skilled, but I can see Weili taking this just somehow. I don't know. Shevchenko in her last fight, it wasn't really the best performance, if I'm being honest. She almost actually lost the fight until Manon, that's what's her name is, Manon Filiot. Her nose broke or something, and she was kind of like breathing very heavily, which kind of caused her to perform much less. But in the beginning, I felt like Manon was winning the fight. But yeah, I don't know. Shevchenko, she's not a bad fighter by any means, but it's like I kind of feel like she's kind of overrated. But hey, if you think differently, that's okay. I don't know for sure. I only ever watched like a couple of her fights, you know, the Alexa Grasso fights, again the Manon fight. Yeah, I don't know. Those are the only real like fights that I've seen of hers. But Zhang Weili, I saw several of her fights, and I know she's extremely elite. And yeah, I think Zhang Weili might actually take this one. It's gonna be a very interesting one. But this fight right here, ooh, god motherfucking damn. So to give you all some context, right? Carlos Prates recently fought Jeff Neal, knocked his ass out, right? He called out Leon Edwards to fight for his next fight. I don't know if he specifically stated in MSG, but he wanted to fight Leon Edwards, right? But he also asked Dana to book him for the UFC Rio fight in Brazil, but it seems like they just want him for, you know, this particular fight because of how big of a name he is, how much of a growing fan base the fighting nerds currently have. You know, to capitalize off that, you might as well just give him a former champ, Leon Edwards. And now this is an interesting matchup because Leon is currently on a back-to-back losing streak. He lost against Sean Brady horribly, and he lost against Bilal Muhammad. Got dunked. His head got dunked, unfortunately. But I am maybe not entirely surprised, but still a little bit surprised that Ian Gary wasn't booked to fight Leon at all, considering he was the one that also beat Carlos. I want to say also because Leon didn't even beat Carlos, but Ian beat Carlos Prates. You'd think he'd be next in line for a top 5 contender, but I think when it comes to Ian Gary, I feel like he kind of is his own enemy in a way, because a lot of the fights he's been given to, but he just doesn't really do much with it, if that makes any sense. I don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but apparently he was supposed to be booked for a Sean Brady fight. Yeah, apparently he just didn't go through with it. And back in earlier this year, he was supposed to fight I want to say he was supposed to fight Leon Edwards, but he was offered Leon Edwards in, I think, England, but he turned it down. I don't know exactly how true this is, but he turned it down because it's in Europe, right? But not in Ireland. He said he'd only fight in Europe. I mean, he said he'd only fight in Ireland. If any country, like, he'd fight in Europe, it will only be Ireland. So he turned that down, I believe. Don't take my word on it. Those were just rumors around that time. I don't have the exact source, but yeah, I don't know. But regardless of Ian Gary, we're gonna push that motherfucker aside. This fight right here was gonna be a fucking banger, right? This is gonna really test Carlos. This is the ultimate test for Carlos Prates. I feel like when he fought Ian Gary, he was very rough. I think he learned, because he was I felt like he was kind of just waiting, fishing for a knockout. And the Jeff Neal fight, he was more patient, but actually got the knockout. Will he knock out Leon Edwards? I don't know, but Leon hasn't really, I don't know. I think also Leon is an overrated fighter overall. He's just he isn't that good. Well, let's be honest. Bro literally got manhandled by Sean Brady for, I forgot how many rounds was it, 3 or 4 rounds. Got dunked by Bilal. I don't know if I would be considered that prod check, but I think Leon is past his prime and Carlos is a younger. I don't know if he's younger actually. He's like 30 or something, but he has a lot of momentum going into this fight. Even though it was just 1 win, he's only on no 1 win. Well, he's trying to get back-to-back wins right now, but he's got 1 win against Jeff Neal, and he's looking to get a top 5 ranking. So this is very huge for him. And when it comes to Leon, I think if Leon has more to lose, and what Leon does have, aside from Prates, is that he has that fight IQ. And I think that's going to really be a decision factor a big factor when it comes to this fight. Is going to come down to fight IQ, because we saw how Prates was kind of fumbling his fight with Ian Gary because of the lack of fight IQ and the lack of well-roundedness. But honestly though, it would be hilarious to see fucking Leon Edwards get knocked the fuck out, like, because he did my boy Usman dirty. It's time to get that get back. You hear me? I'm hating on him a little bit, but we'll see. I still got my money on Prates, but yeah, we'll see. I don't think Leon is. I think Leon's past his prime, far past his prime. There's no way he's gonna win a fight against that guy. We got Verna Jandiroba. I can't even pronounce that. This is a edition for UFC 321, which was headlining Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane in Abu Dhabi. So we got the lazy-eyed chick. I just call her lazy-eyed chick. Verna. I'll just call her Verna versus Mackenzie Dern. Apparently they fought before. And I don't know who won the first fight. Because I don't really watch women's MMA. But let's see who won that. Okay, so I looked it up just now. And apparently that first fight they did, Verna ended up losing the fight. Which is interesting. Because I know Verna has been very dominant these past. She's on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, she's on a 5-fight winning streak. So I would think that she has a upper. I don't know. She has more momentum going into this fight. If I'm being honest, Mackenzie Dern is just coming off back-to-back wins. She lost against people like Amanda Lemos and Jessica Andrade. I don't know how to pronounce that. So I got my money on Verna because she's just been more dominant lately. And again, I don't really watch their fights like that. I only watched their recent fights. So again, I'm not the best predictor. This is for the vacant title. The vacant strawweight title that Zhang Weili is vacating in order to fight Valentina Shevchenko. So we'll see how this all plays out. Because I'm kind of, I low-key wish it was Amanda Lemos, but instead of Mackenzie Dern. But it is what it is. Now, I know a lot of you guys are going to love this matchup because of all the Bautista haters, what he did to Jose Aldo and all that. I get it. Umar Nurmagomedov versus Mario Bautista. Look, we all know Mario Bautista is getting his ass handed to. Umar is just probably the second best right now in terms of the bantamweights. He's just too good, and Merab is just, again, right now Merab is the GOAT, right? He's the bantamweight GOAT right now, and Umar damn near beats everybody except for Merab. Like, I think this will be an easy fight for Umar. Like, I think those odds are gonna very much show that. But yeah, this is number 2 versus number 8. We'll see how this all plays out. But yeah, banger fights coming soon. Let me know what y'all think of these fights that Dana White announced. And yeah, I think we got some good stuff coming soon. All right, y'all take care. Peace.